Dale calavera, mira, mira calavera. 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 Dale calavera, mira, mira calavera.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Irma Ruiz, and I am your hostess again for Tarot Card Comedy. Thank you for being here today. So let's welcome Miss Luz Pazos.
Yeah.
Woo.
Thank you.
Say hi to everybody, Luz. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull some tarot cards for Luz and see what the cards say about her life and about her future. Are you ready for your first card, Luz?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. You didn't sound too confident. You're like, yes, I don't know about
No,
this.
I'm like nervous for that.
All right, the first one is... Oh, the star means hope. It means hope. But you know what? I don't know. I feel like there's got to be more to that. So let's pick the next card. Okay, so we got hope. Let's see what we can mix with hope. We got hope and... Hope and poverty.
Oh shit.
Okay,
That's my
but I
life,
feel
my
like
life.
there's got to be a story here. So we have hope, we have poverty. Let's pick another one. This is not going how I want it to go. Hope, poverty, and strength. Okay, so I mean, I'm seeing some pretty interesting things because Luz and I, we actually have a very private open mic during the pandemic. And she says, so it's an open mic. We call it 6 feet apart. And we have 3 comedians from Texas and 3 comedians from California. So I've listened to like a few of the things that are going on in her life right now. She says it in a joking way, you know. But I don't know, this might have some, I kind of feel like this kind of reflects on some of the things you joke about. Like you just moved, right? From one part of California to another, right?
Yes.
So maybe that has something to do
Because
with
we
the
broke
whole
into poverty.
poverty.
That's
Like
what
it
we
has
moved.
something to do with the fact that y'all were kind of struggling like everybody right now during the pandemic. But you're being very strong. And that's where the strength part comes in. You're like, no, baby, I'm not leaving. I love you, right? I love you being strong on the inside, you know? And then you have the star, which is hope. Like you're very hopeful for things that are coming in the future. Like, what do you think? You think that's pretty accurate? I think that's a little crazy. You know?
Yeah, I think it's good for everybody to have the hope card in nowadays, right? Because we're going through this shit, the COVID thing. And so I feel like, yeah, I'm hopeful that this new home is going to bring me, for sure, we're saving money. So it's bringing us out of poverty. That's for sure.
Peace
And I'm hopeful that the government is going to renew the unemployment. That's very important.
Right. Oh my God. I don't know. They keep saying it. That you talking about that stimulus check or whatever?
Stimulus check, the unemployment extra 600 that they were negotiated. It went nowhere. So I'm waiting for that thing. I'm hoping Nancy Pelosi, please, you know.
Oh my God. Let's not talk politics in here. We don't do that. Just kidding. All right. Let's see. Next card. What we got for the next card? We have new relations.
Oh, shit.
Maybe that's bad. I hope your boyfriend's not there, right? Tell him to go to the other room. New relations. What's happening here? You know, and it doesn't necessarily mean like a new relationship with like another person. It could be another new business relationship.
Exactly.
You know,
I think
it could be that.
I
I
think
know you.
I just got a new manager, so that could be the new relationship.
Oh, nice. All right, guys. So let's pick Luz's next card. Are you guys ready? Make it good. Make it juicy. Make it good. Make it juicy. Teaching. Okay. And that's awesome. I know like we're talking about comedy and stuff, but who do you remember is like maybe one of your favorite teachers?
Well, I had when I went to college, you mean, right? I had this teacher that was, his name was Becky, because I went to school in Italy. So Becky, and he was Portuguese literature teacher. And he was amazing. He was just always cracking jokes. and he would never take anything seriously, and we could miss class as much as we wanted, and everything would be fun for him. And pretty much everybody in Italy is like that, but he was pretty cool.
Well, that's interesting. So you're Peruvian. You're from Peru, right?
Yeah.
How did you end up going to school in Italy and then ending up in California?
Went to school to Italy because I love Europe. I always wanted to get out of Peru, number one. But I studied languages when I was little to be able to get out of Peru. And I fell in love with Italy. And I applied for college as soon as I could. I did all my certifications to be able to go to Italy. And I got into college. So it took me a while. I was fighting for it since I was 13 years old. I knew I wanted to get out. I was going to go to France first, but then my mother freaked out because, that happened that a Peruvian girl that was studying in Russia got killed by a group of racist people, and then she's like, "You're not going to Europe." So then,
no!
Wow. I fought it. I was like, "So I'm gonna take a cruise. I'm gonna work. I'm not gonna go to college anymore." I was like, you know how you are rebellious when you're
you're being a rebellion. You're being rebellious. So
and then I applied, and I got in.
So at that time, because you were saying like your teacher, like he was funny and he was always cracking jokes. At that time, did you already know that you wanted to be a comedian?
Well,
or did he have anything to do with that?
Well, at the time I was doing, my major was in literature and also theater, and I was writing. So what I did is I did theater, then I went to Rome. I was trying to work in theater production and things, and I was trying to do funny plays. Then I migrated to move to America, and I started doing a sketch comedy, but I never liked it. And then I always saw stand-up comedy since I was little. Woody Allen, I always was obsessed with him, but I never thought I could do it.
He probably would have liked you too.
I was obsessed with him. It's comedy. But then in Peru, we couldn't do a stand-up because there was nothing like this. In Italy, there was very politic stand-up. Everything is about politics. Stand-up comedians at the time were very about politics. And then when I moved to America, I wanted to do stand-up comedy, but you didn't speak very well English. Like, listen, this shit, it was worse. So I couldn't like put sentences together. I was able, but I had such a hard time. So I had to
speak
work
Peruvian with an Italian accent in America.
Yeah. So I had to take a couple of years studying English and doing a sketch comedy and other things to be able to do stand-up.
Yes. So did you specifically move to California because of comedy?
Yes.
Or what? Oh, awesome. So it was from Italy straight to California.
Acting too, because I studied theater. But acting, after I started doing comedy, I left it on the side. I didn't care anymore. Like I stopped this. I just, once you start doing something that you love, it's just, this is what I'm meant to do, and I don't want to do anything else. So that's pretty much what happened.
So how long were you doing acting before you like focused completely on comedy?
Those 2 first years that I was here, basically that 2.5, I was going still on auditions and doing things. But then I started doing comedy. It took me another 6 months to be like, fuck this, I don't want to do it anymore. It was too much effort for something that really I didn't feel that passionate about.
And you just felt like more successful in comedy and stuff?
Not successful because it's you gotta do a lot of, like, the first 4 years I was just doing open mics.
So when was it that you were like, this is what was that one show that made you think, nah, this is it?
Oh, that was my first open mic.
Oh, your very first open mic. That sounds like me. It was like a drug, right?
Yeah, so that's why I could make no money for so many years.
Yeah.
And don't care about it. Care, but don't. Because I do it because I love it. So that became my life,
So what did you do on the side to like support yourself while you're doing comedy?
Well, I was working in restaurants in LA, expensive restaurants, and like getting tips and shit like that. But
yeah,
I hated it.
Ah, I bet. Yeah. Okay, let's do the next card. That was good. I like this. Hard work. That's crazy. Yeah. Even busting your butt during the freaking pandemic. You know what I mean? That's crazy. So right now, nothing is open in California, right? Nothing.
No. Not for comedy. Just if you want to dine out, you can do it in places that have outdoor seating. That's pretty much it.
Oh man, but no like shows. I see a few like being advertised, but they're mostly like a lot of like
Bar.
underground kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I did some of those. I'm having one in the week during the weekend. I'm having two actually during the weekend, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're very underground. And usually when they do one, they don't do it again because the owner realized it wasn't convenient for the place to do the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Exactly. Yep, I get it. We're in Texas, we're opening up very slowly. And it's kind of, I think it's okay because, a lot of the people, they're starting to kind of understand, just wear your masks. I was talking to another comedian and I was like, in Texas, we're very friendly. Everybody always has to shake hands. And people still shake hands, but as soon as they get their hands away, you just see them putting their hands in their pocket, getting the hand sanitizer. So everybody's still friendly, but they just wear their masks and they're very careful with who they talk to and stuff, So, okay, here we go. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to pick another card for Luz. And here it goes. Please make it something good and interesting. The card of challenge. Like you've had some challenges in your life recently, or you might be having some challenges coming up. Hopefully there are not any major challenges coming up, but, maybe it has something to do with my dream that I had about you that I can't say. Have you ever had any dreams that come true, Luz?
No, but I dream about, for example, when my grandfather was gonna die the day before, I dream about him the whole night, and I woke out thinking he's gonna die. And it always happens to me with family, people that I'm close to. I feel like it's them, they're calling me because they want to say goodbye or something.
Or they want to prepare you, maybe.
Or yes, maybe. I don't know because my grandfather died right after he spoke on the phone. Well, he didn't speak because he was on the bed, but I was speaking to him.
You were talking to him.
I was talking to him. Then my sister left and he died 2 minutes after.
Wow.
I feel he was waiting because I was the granddaughter that he never spent time with anyone, not even with his kids. He was a really bad dad, bad husband, but he was a good grandfather to me.
Okay, so next card. Are you ready, Miss Luz Pazos? And here we go. Card of religion. All right. Are you Catholic?
No.
What are Peruvians mostly?
You're Catholic, but I'm not.
Oh, what you're? Don't tell me Buddhist.
No, I don't believe.
Oh, you're just Christian.
And the love in the world. That's it.
Oh, you just love. I am what I am. I go where I go, and I'm good. And if I'm good, I'll just go wherever good people go, if they go anywhere at all. All right. Awesome. I love that. So you have no religion. Do you ever talk about that on stage?
I have some jokes about Christianity and what I think about it, but I don't talk much about it. But it's not like something that concerns me that much because I got used to not think about.
Yeah.
That's not relevant. It hasn't been relevant for a long time. I went to a Catholic school.
Oh, so, you did?
Yeah. So I hate everything about it. I always say that it's the worst thing you can do to your kids.
They make it. It's almost like they put people in a situation where they feel shameful about things that they do.
Yeah, they brainwash you and then you feel guilty for things you shouldn't.
Exactly. Yeah, I completely understand. And there are a few things that I don't understand about the religion, and then people would say, "Oh, well, don't question it," and that's just the way it is. And I don't know. Like I'm cool with some things, but other things I'm not. And so I just kind of like, I know that I'm Catholic on the inside, but I struggle with some things that are part of the religion. You know what I mean?
I struggle with everything about it, so I understand.
Yeah. Oh no, I hear you. Okay, let's see. The next card. Next card for Luz Pazos. We have the charity and gifts. Like either you're a very charitable person or people have been very charitable towards you. Like this is like a giving card.
I mean, I donate money to dogs foundation. That's my thing.
To dogs?
Dogs. Yeah, every time.
Aww.
It's just I follow all these dogs. I don't know. Whenever they see a dog, there's a rescue. They need money. I have to donate.
Okay, here we go. Next one. We have not gotten this one. Curiosity. Just it could just be anything. We're curious about the cards. Is there anything you're curious about?
The world, the world.
The world. Absolutely. And you just seem like that person that just wants to like go explore everywhere. I'm interested and I'm going. So I know you said you've been to Italy. Is that the only European country that you like lived in?
Oh no, I used to go all the summers. I used to live in Minorca in Spain. My stepdad used to live there. Used to go there, yeah. Then I traveled all over, but I used to spend a lot of time in France and in Spain.
So are you fluent in those languages as well? Or kind of like you can understand what they say a little bit?
Spanish, yeah, and French, yes, because I went to French school. Was a Catholic French school in Peru. I studied in a French school.
In Peru, they had a French school? So that's like a second language over there in Peru? Wait, what language do they in Peru they speak Spanish, right?
Spanish, but my school was French. You know how countries have French, Italian school, they can have.
I don't know.
It's not really a big thing in the United States.
I think that might not be here. Like, are there schools like that in California that like the whole school teaches?
Yeah, because I've been looking because I was like, if I have a kid with my boyfriend, he has to go to French school or Italian school. So I've been looking. Yeah.
And they have some there in California? Oh, okay. That's why I was a little like, what? I was a little confused.
It was around $5,000 a month, but there is.
Yeah, because
multilingualism isn't as common in the United States.
Well, I know here in like Texas, they're just starting this new program where they have the kids going, like they start them like in kindergarten, but they're still in the regular public school, but the kindergarten class is 100% Spanish.
That's good.
Which is weird to me, because when my parents were growing up and my parents were speaking Spanish at school, they got hit by the ruler and told, don't speak Spanish. You need to speak English. And now, then my parents didn't teach me Spanish, so I'm not very fluent in Spanish, So it's like I'm having these kids, or people are having these little kids, and now they wanted to put them in classes that teach them only Spanish. It's like, okay, now that nobody speaks Spanish, now we can all learn together. Next card from Miss Luz Pazos. Here we go. Oh, teamwork. I like that. Teamwork. And this represents us, because we do our show together. Represents you and your boyfriend. Y'all are working together during this pandemic. During this pandemic, without this, I think a lot of people would be completely screwed. Completely screwed. This almost feels like an interview. Like, when have you ever felt like you did your best teamwork in the job marketplace or whatever, right? Doesn't it? Teamwork. Let's do another one. Screw teamwork. Okay, next card right here coming up for Miss Luz. Dum bum bum. Bam. So this represents strong feminine energy, So tell me, like, how do you feel? I mean, first of all, there's not a lot of women in the comedy scene. Right? And then second, there's not a lot of Latina women in the comedy scene. You're one, big in California. I'm here in Texas. So why do you think that is? Why do you feel that there's not a lot of female comedians, especially Latinas? There's not a lot of us. Why do you think that is?
I think women take themselves too seriously.
Too seriously?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're concerned about other things. Our own issues. We are demanded so much from society. We demand a lot from ourselves. So it doesn't allow us to pursue whatever it is that we really want in life, because we're always trying to fulfill those demands that we should.
That society puts.
As the idea of what we should be. So I feel like most women take themselves too seriously, and it's hard to accept who you are and just be that shit and talk about whatever is going on and have a strong
Exactly.
personality. That's how I feel.
Exactly. And I think you're 100% correct. You know, especially in the Latina community, it's our culture, I mean, it's kind of, it's not anything to be like so proud of or whatever, but in our culture, it's like, oh, you grow up, you maybe go to college. Now they push college a lot more. But and then you get married and you have kids. And then you live happily ever after. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's like the focus in most, not in all, but in a lot of Latino cultures.
Or if you reach
That's
an
the
age,
life that you're
or if you
supposed to.
reach an age and you don't have kids, you're supposed to stop everything you're doing and
Yeah.
have kids. Because whatever it is that you're pursuing doesn't matter. It's time for you to have kids. You're getting too old.
Yes. I was
Yeah.
I was talking to my dad the other day, and he was telling me, because when I was younger, we used to own this a salon, like a dance hall, and we used to have like teen dances, and I used to host like, oh, this next song coming up, and he would have cameras, and we would put it on. We used to have like a public TV station, and all the kids would be dancing. It was kind of like American Bandstand, but like it was like in the 90s. You know what I mean? It would always, and I was always a host, like, oh, this song's coming up, and how did you enjoy? I was always hosting. And so I was talking to my dad probably like 3 days ago, and he was like, Irma, isn't that weird that you used to do this as a kid, like no big deal, and you're doing it again? Like you're in front of the camera, music, comedy, everything. And I'm like, that is weird. But I never thought that it would be something that I could make like a career out of. You know what I mean? I said, I should have just got on a bus and went straight to California. And he was honest. He was like, but you know what, mija? If you had done that, I probably would have told you stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Even
Yeah.
now, he's in his 70s, and he was honest. He was like, I probably would have just told you not to do it. Just stay home. Because that's the culture. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I feel sometimes, huh?
I, I left. I wanted to get away from all that. That's why I
Yes,
left. I don't want people to tell me what to do anymore. I'm so glad I
exactly.
left.
Exactly. I decided a little too late for that. But thank God I'm married to a man that is like totally supportive of like what I do. We're completely trusting. My kids are old enough, I don't have to like change diapers or, feed them, and they take care of themselves. Like I'll leave and I'll get a text message like 2 days later. Where have you been? I'm like, you didn't even know I was gone? They're like, no. Your
That's
coffee's
awesome.
been on the brewer for like 2 days. I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you for noticing I was gone. Okay, Luz, we're gonna go ahead and close this up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here with us. And ladies and gentlemen out there in TV land, thank you for watching Tarot Card Comedy. Luz, tell everybody where they can find you on social media, or if you have any shows. What do you got going on?
Guys, you can find me at home. No, I you can find me on Instagram, Luz Pazos Funny, or Facebook, Luz Pazos. And also, Irma and I are gonna have a show, an online show coming up pretty soon. So you should update them about our show, Irma.
Absolutely. So, like I said, we do an open mic 3 times a week. It's all online, only 6 comedians, and I'm gonna choose my 2 comedians, and she's already got her 2 comedians chosen, and we're gonna have a show. We need to still talk about the exact date. We're gonna have a show, and it's gonna be Texas versus California, and the winner takes all. Awesome. Okay, so we'll keep you guys updated on that, and thank you. Yes. And y'all keep coming back. Y'all come watch the show. And hasta luego. Good night.